So what's going on, you guys? It's Tony and Lottie at Casa Esmeralda, and today it's 3 o'clock in the morning already. I've had like an hour and a half of sleep, and I've been cleaning the kitchen down, yes, with bleach, because I am canning. I got a tub, as I showed before, full of apricots here. I got all this full of fresh harvested apricots, and I'm gonna do some canning with them. I have more. Let's see if I get hold of more jars. So I try to make, for the winter time, I try to make at least 2 jars a month as a probiotic. The last year I had half of my apricots stay fermented, and there's nothing wrong with eating fermented fruit. Tastes a little bit funny, but it's good for your gut. It restores the gut, brings back all the natural things to it. So let's get going here. I got 2 bottles of clean water. Got my pressure cooker here, right? This guy is going to take a bit, actually. Okay. Goes on the ground. I don't got any more kitchen space. This guy goes here. Just enough to clean all your jars. I need water. We're cleaning so hard here. Think of that. I need to get water in the fridge. So what you want to do is get your jars. Okay, here's my vinegar. There's my vinegar. Okay. I'm gonna do this by eye. Well, I should get a glass or a cup or something like that, and don't use anything that's dirty. And use it by eye because I don't want to get anything. I've cleaned this down with vinegar. I've cleaned everything down with bleach or vinegar. Not the stuff that I'm eating from I didn't clean down with bleach. But anything else I've cleaned. The stuff I'm eating from, I want to clean it all down with vinegar, okay? I want to get at least a half cup of vinegar and add that to it. Okay, good. Leave some so you can do some washing and stuff and cleaning. Okay. You want to have clean towels. I did all my laundry. I washed all my towels down with bleach. You want to get clean towels, okay? You don't want to really touch anything either with your hands or your fingers. If you've been gardening and things like that and you've got dirt on your hands and fingers, so that's why I'm doing this early morning, because I took a shower yesterday and I'm still clean, okay? It's very important that you're clean when you do this. You don't want any bacteria whatsoever. There's a little tray that goes in here. See, and then you wash them out. Well, wash them out with vinegar water. You just want to leave like a little eighth here of vinegar water in the bottom. This is an old English trick to use vinegar so your tops don't start to rot. Okay, so let's fine. I got clean hands. I was using bleach, so my hands are super duper clean down in the kitchen, washing the kitchen down with bleach. Get all my jars in here in the pressure cooker. Like that. Got just a little bit of vinegarized water here, like that. Put that here on the stove top. My jars. Add just an eighth vinegarized water. Fit. Okay, get my lid. Clean, clean, clean. Make sure everything's clean. So, okay, it's gonna have the water now. It's cooled down a bit. It's a nice 20 some degrees outside from 35 yesterday. Okay, all your lids, wash them down and get vinegar on them. So you notice I'm wearing my hat so I don't get any hair or any bacteria falls into my canning. This will be a very long show today. To get this done, maybe longer than you think. Probably be the longest way of getting everything done. Okay. Because you want to store fruit for 1 year. And my last apricots I ate was just a week ago, so it's 1 year since my last apricot harvest. These are really good apricots, by the way. These are fresh, organic, natural grown apricots from my backyard. Delicious. you have dogs and you have kids and everything like that, and everybody's running around, you want to have a clean kitchen because you don't want dirty hands and everything touching your stove and your pots and all this, because any type of bacteria that's on that is going to go into your canning, and after that it's going to be no good. So you want to get a boil up to 8 minutes. So you want to sterilize all your glasses, all your canning jars. You get apricots, get the sieve here. Make sure that this is also cleaned down with vinegar, okay? Everything that you do, you clean it down with vinegar. Can't stress the importance enough of using vinegar to clean everything down. And don't use regular tap water, use bottled water. You can use tap water or filtered water if you like. I like to use bottled water. Just that I live in a second or third world country. Okay, so there. A little bit of vinegar and everything doesn't kill something. Okay, get your apricots. Make sure it's clean, give it a good inspection, because anything that's dirty, that's going to get into your canning. You don't want that. Let's check my timer. Okay. So what I'm going to do is get some natural spring water. Add your apricots to the pot. Now these are all select prime apricots. These are, and because I have an orchard, I know which apricots are the best. You can do whole apricots. I'm going to do some whole and I'm going to do some cracked open. So here we go. Let's do whole apricots. So there we go. That'll be a lot quicker because I got a lot of canning here to do today and I don't have time to mess around with anything. Give your apricots all a good inspection. Make sure they're washed and cleaned and you got clean apricots. These are natural organic apricots. I don't use any pesticides, any herbicides, any fertilizers or anything like that. They grow naturally wild in my orchard. Get that here. You had one that fell down. So that one, if you have fruit that's falling down or whatever it's going on, I wouldn't put it in. Give it a good wash. And you can eat it. Give it a touch of cinnamon. And I got another pot here, but it won't work out good. Get some more water. Rinse down. You're going to need a lot of spring water to do this properly. Okay. And use fresh. So if you had a can of open sugar or anything like that, use all fresh open packaging goods. So you don't want to use something that you've had open for a week or anything like that. You want to use all fresh and that it's packaged and sealed, vacuum packed. These guys can go in here. So once when your cans are boiling, give it a little smush. So once when the water in your pressure cooker is boiling, you want 8 minutes at least. Put a stopwatch on there. We want 8 minutes to kill off all the bacteria. Also your shelving, like down here, I do all your shelving, clean all your shelving down with bleach. And once when your canning's in there, you want to actually leave it in there. You don't want to disturb it. You don't want to move it. That's it. It stays in the exact same spot forever, for 1 year, or whenever you can eat it. If it's 3 months, 6 months, or 1 year, it stays in the exact same spot. If you move it, you could disturb the natural way of how things are going, and then actually you could end up ruining your canning. Okay, I got some good pickling spice, and I have some more right here. This one is from Austrian. This one's really good. And it's got the Nelken in it, or the anise. Need a scissor. Okay, so what I want to do, once when I get, so I don't crack the jars, once when it's boiling, I just want to bring the heat right down, because I got the temperature already. So, okay. So give them a good soak. Remember, the fresher the ingredients you use, the better. I have some Indian pickling spice here. This is from India, which is really nice. I actually got this in Canada. I'm going to give it a handful of that. And this will preserve your food. This will keep your food from getting rotten. Cinnamon and pickling spice. I got clean hands. Remember to keep your hands clean. Making survival food is important to me because I don't like going into supermarkets and having fresh fruit in the wintertime, even though here I have oranges and lemons and grapefruits. I still like to have a variety of fruit in my house, right, to eat in the wintertime. It's nice to have some fruit from the summertime and eat that over the winter time. So I want to add a good handful of sugar, cane sugar. Hopefully I have enough sugar here. And I want to fill that up with water. And we can just keep adding apricots to that. If we don't use up all the water, we just keep adding apricots to that. And then we can always keep making more. Okay, give it a little squish because it's going to cook down. So we're at 5 minutes now with the canning. Guy can go down here. I don't want to open my door because then all the mosquitoes will come in my house and I won't be able to sleep today. Okay, now it's just time to relax a bit and just get things cooking, up and going here. Use the heat conductor. So I got the heat on these jars here already. I got the heat. I got extras over here. I like these ones too. If you have the right temperature, they got the vacuum lids. So if you have the right heat, actually the lids, they do go back down. If you have the right heat going on this, then the lids they vacuum seal themselves, and the lids are actually down. So when it's up, it tells you that air has got in and it may have gone bad. I like to use two things when I can, and that is cinnamon and anise. So anything that has anise in it. This one has coriander seed, yellow mustard seed, cracked black pepper, whole round chilies, dill seed, allspice, cloves. Cloves is another one. Cloves or anise, that's a very good one. Whole black pepper, bay leaves, cinnamon, celery seed, and canola oil. So, something to do with the cinnamon and the anise or the cloves, and it just makes like a really good combination. and then we cook. So this show will be like, I would say, at least an hour and a half or more. And if you wanted to skip through some part of it, I don't edit any of my videos, I just upload and send it. Haven't gotten to that stage yet where I can sit behind a computer all day because I have a farm. So I always have some clean towels on hand. Then I've washed some clean towels. Don't use the same kitchen towels that you've been using this week or this morning or whatever. Make sure that you're using clean towels, and this is just for the canning and nothing else, right? So the last thing you want to do is end up eating food that's not very good. Remember, anything that's a black pepper or a cayenne pepper or a pecan pepper or a hot pepper, all these ones have like capsaicin in them, and they kill off bacteria. They kill off parasites. Just eating fruit that's very spicy. So black pepper is just another way of doing that. I'm just trying this one out for the first time. My Indian friend in Canada says this is very good. He's tried this, so kind of said, yeah, take this one, this is very good, or suggested it to me. And this is how he likes to can fruit. So doing a little bit of Indian pickling today, canning, which is really cool. So you want your fruit to get up to a very good cooking boil. So your fruit kind of gets down to a nice soft consistency. And if you keep cooking it, if you cook it down all the way, then that's how you make a marmalade. Last year I didn't have, this year I didn't have very many oranges. When I moved in here, I had hundreds of oranges, in the hundreds, and grapefruits. So I made marmalade, and it lasted me all winter. It was really nice. Okay, so it's past 8 minutes, so like 10 minutes. And the kitchen smells very vinegary. That's okay. Grab your clean towels. Your clean towels. So you don't want to use that one. That's sterilized now. This is very hot. There are several different methods of canning. You can even put them in the pressure cooker. But because here today I have these plastic lids, so if you have the metal lids, you can put them in the pressure cooker. But there's always the chance that your canning jars may crack when you put them in the pressure cooker. And this is all I have right now. I have to get some more. I have that new root cellar, and my goal is to fill up that root cellar so I have a ton of food from summertime to eat over the winter. Okay. So you want to stay focused on what you're doing. You want to keep everything separated from what was in and what was not in. And then your jars will go in vinegarized water. Keep about an eighth in the bottom. Vinegarized water here again. Clean shirt, clean clothes. Make sure everything you're doing is clean, clean, clean. That's the secret. Then you don't run into any problems. I get a whole bunch of sterilized jars here. This one, these apricots you want to do for at least a good 10 minutes, and the more and more you cook them, the more and more they will just cook down into a marmalade. Minimum like 10 minutes. The kitchen smells really good now of that Indian spice. I'm a real curry fan anyway, so I don't mind Indian food. I don't mind eating fruit that is canned from India either. I have eaten that type of style of fruit before. As long as it's pickled. Pickled or canned. Into the pressure cooker. We got the heat here. Get the heat up. So we're at about almost 10 minutes here. You can see, I'll give you the camera here. And then the apricots are a really nice cooked color, right? You can see that. Okay. So kind of looking for my kitchen tools actually. There's one kitchen tool. So you want to get your clean jars. And if there's any dirt on the edges, you want to wipe the food off. You don't want to get any food or anything on the edges. You want to top it up all the way. Okay, and then you want to get a clean lid with some vinegar in your hand and go all the way around the lid with the vinegar and all the way around the rim top with the vinegar. Close it shut. Close it really tight because of these plastic lids. I've had pears. I did pears last year. They never fermented because the pears are a month later and it's just really warm here. So, and then this goes down here into storage. Next one. Oh boy, 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 I'm looking for my wooden spoon. Mr. Wooden Spoon, did you run away from me? No, you didn't, you're right here. Okay, so, vinegar. Give it a wash. Some vinegar in your hand. Give it a good wash down with vinegar. The last thing you want is to be clean towels. Give it a wipe. As long as you got vinegar on everything, when you're canning. A little bit of canning juice going all over this top stove here, that's okay. So, as long as it's down, and you want your fruit to be down below the water. If there's fruit that's above the water, then it's no good. It's got to be below the water, because if the fruit goes to the top and there's a little air pocket there or anything, and then that's where your air pockets start, and then that's where the bacteria starts. So the fruit has to sit on the bottom. Get a little bit of vinegar in your hand, go all the way around the lid. Same thing here. Screw on. Very tight seal. Really tighten it up. And then that one goes in the storage. Next one, you want to get your heat off now, because you don't want to overcook your apricots. Make marmalade, you want to do some canning, and maybe in the end I'll make some marmalade, some jam. Ooh, it's hot. Let me get my towel here. It's great if you have a farm and you live with a whole bunch of people. You have like at least a half dozen people, and then you have everybody doing something. Unfortunately, it's just me here, so. Make sure your fruit is below the water, right? Systematically, everything that you do, you put vinegar on. A little Amos trick. I was watching an Amos channel on how the Amish do canning, and when I did my pears, they didn't ferment in these plastic lids. I was eating food from this from 1 year, and then that goes down into storage. So 3, 2, 3. You want to get your next batch of sterilized cans out. Come on out. I got something special for you. This is very hot. You won't burn yourself. Get a clean towel. That's not clean. That's the clean one. Okay, get your next batch of jars in the can. Fill one jar with vinegar, water. I'm going to get through all these apricots here today. So, thing here, get the heat back on. Some more apricots. Yeah, maybe just add a little bit more sugar to that. And just keep adding to your, to your mixture. Some cinnamon here. A little bit more pickling spice. Cinnamon there, cloves, okay. Give it a good stir. And you heat right down for a second. Get your apricots back in here. And any apricots that are defective or anything like that, don't use them. If you need them. Put them in the kitchen sink, really. Racing time, trying to get some sleep. Start another work day again. Okay. So, let me just maybe take that guy out from before. It's a little bit too much before. Get some spring water again. I need a drink of water. Working makes you thirsty. So that Indian spice, I put a lid on it. It's really nice. Give that a little bit of a taste here. So anything you use, put vinegar on it. Because you don't want it to go into something and contaminate. Cross-contaminate everything that you're doing. And I would suggest use give this a shot try. That's a really good this Indian pickling spice. Even though it has the black pepper in it, you don't taste the black pepper at all. Maybe it's just a very small amount, but the cloves, you taste the cloves. I do, and the coriander and the cinnamon and the bay leaf. So it's got all the right stuff in there. This is very good. This is what I'm using. The Siraj pickling spice. It's very, now that I've canned a little bit and I've tried, I like this. This is very good. Something for the chickens. After about 5 a.m. here, I can open up some doors, go in and out, because it's getting cooler, and then the mosquitoes and flies seem to disappear. It's just when it's really warm and hot out, especially evening, from about sunset to 3 o'clock in the morning, and the worst is as after midnight, the big feasting. If your jars are warm, it's a good sign. So it's all part of the cooling off process. You want to use warm jars. Oh boy, need some sleep. This has got to get done, because when it becomes down to 3, 4, 5, 6 degrees and it's cold and it's wet and it's miserable outside and you gotta chop firewood or whatever, winter is not very fun. Summer is nice, and with the summer sun outside giving you that vitamin D, you get that extra strength and that extra energy. Winter time, the sun is not here, so your body's not getting that extra strength or energy all the time, so most of the time you're sleeping a lot more. Well, at least I am in the winter time here. Now it's peak season, planting, growing, all the farmers working. Today, this morning, I have to go blacksmith, and then I have to go get hay. Again, just keep storing up my tractor shed. Another farmer said, I talked to yesterday when I was driving by, he said he has hay and to come by. And he's given me a special deal on a lot more hay than the other farmer, so it's all good.
We had lots of rain this year, last month and the month before, so it really caused the grass, hay, straw hay to really grow nice and high. You don't want to keep this out too long. You want to get it up to a cooking boil consistency, right? So then put it back in. So when air starts to get to this, when it cools off and the air starts to get to it, and especially if there is an air bubble or there's an air pocket in the top of this part here or anything, that's where the bacteria, so if the fruit reaches the top part and there's an air pocket and there's not enough canning water in there, then that's when it starts to grow the bacteria. So you got to really top up your cans with a lot of water of the canning juice. As long as you have above 80 degrees Celsius, it's just becoming now to a simmer boil here, or the second batch. Okay, just give it a light stir. Clean some more jars out. Got the vinegar water in there, and you can dump it back out. When it comes to a boil, then you can take them out. I don't got any room here. A little bit of room. Repeat the process again. The battery's gonna die here. See if we can get a plug over to this side. Oh. Okay, back to canning here. Let me towel. Got my apricots. Normally your second round goes better, so I find as you do more rounds it gets better and better as you go along. Some more vinegar water. jar. One fruit here doesn't go down. Put it like that. Vinegar. Okay, so you get the gist of it. If you like my channel, please do like and subscribe. It's Tony and Lottie at Casa Esmeralda. I'm gonna finish off the rest of my apricots here. This will take me at least a good 2 hours to get everything done. So I don't want to do like a really long video or something like that. But anyways, you got the gist of it and everything and how to do this properly and to eat food safely and everything. Thanks and take care and bye for now.